Well, hello there, Luke here from the Scoundrel's Cantina, and welcome to another video. In this one, I'll be reacting and giving my thoughts on the new Maul Shadow Lord trailer, so let's see what we have here. Now, of course, before we begin, please check out cantinasabers.com. We have quite a sale going on, so the link will be in the description down below, as well as the pinned comment, as well as the sales codes that you can use, guys. Now, as some of you may know, I'm a huge fan of the Clone Wars series, and the same applies to Star Wars Rebels as well, although not to the degree of Clone Wars. But with that said, I'm not really much of a fan of the Clone Wars animation style series that came after those ones. Specifically talking about the Tales of the Jedi, Tales of the Empire, and Tales of the Underworld. Bad Batch was fine, I guess. Could have been better, but focused too much on side quests and not really some important story arcs. They really could have made the series Clone Wars tier with their storylines, but they just simply played it safe too much. But when it comes to the Tales series, well, Tales of the Jedi had a lot of continuity errors, even in Disney's own canon, and not to my liking with the EU canon as well, because of the Yaddle stuff that they did. Because I prefer the EU version of her death, to be honest, despite the episodes being very fun to watch and quite entertaining and very well made. And they had too many small continuity errors in designs, basically, which I found quite unnecessary. Then Tales of the Empire came out regarding the Inquisitors and stuff, and that's where I really disliked. That's the first Star Wars animation that I really disliked apart from Star Wars Resistance, because of the they-them Jedi, of course. I mean, the Inquisitors were sent to kill a Jedi, but they focused on respecting the pronouns. Yeah, that was the focus there. And not to mention that the story doesn't make sense. I mean, we could look past the stupid BS made-up pronoun crap if the story was good, but Barriss Offee's story just flew past us as if nothing happened. And they made us wait like 15 years for that, for nothing. For like 3 episodes that are less than 15 minutes long, so that was quite bad. And then we have Tales of the Underworld, which retcons another storyline of Asajj Ventress, because she's supposed to be dead from the, the Dark Disciple novels. She's supposed to be killed by Count Dooku, and they resurrect her simply to make her appearance make sense from the Bad Batch. Which is, I'm not really a fan of Dave Filoni lately after the Clone Wars, specifically because of the retcons and reusability of his Clone Wars characters, which I do like, but they're oversaturated in Star Wars media lately, which is something I don't like. A cameo fest is not something I'm looking for in Star Wars. It's cheap and nothing innovative at all. So basically, Tales of the Underworld really did that retcon stuff with Asajj Ventress, and let's just overlook that. Overall, the story was fine. I didn't see any political bullshit in it, which I really appreciate. I'm really happy when there's no political BS from Hollywood, especially. And the Cad Bane storyline was completely fine. I mean, why not get a backstory of Cad Bane, So with that said, now we're coming to Darth Maul.
Times have changed. I will show you the galaxy for what it truly is. See things from a new perspective.
Is this
TK Troopers.
Always running.
Jedi Purge. Nice.
I invite you to look more closely.
Gorgeous animation, as always. They always have an edge with that.
I offer you an opportunity.
Holy shit, that actually looks really good. I think I'm actually kind of optimistic in this case so far, which is surprising. Not the Jedi survivor.
The Emperor wants you.
Ooh, that's Marok. Nice.
Chains can be broken.
Hang on!
And empires can be shattered.
That's exactly what it needs, I guess. Okay. I'm actually feeling kind of optimistic for the first time in a while, because I'm usually quite pessimistic because I don't care about Star Wars anymore. That's what Disney does to you, of course. But that looks brutal. Like, if they actually go through with the violence, because that's exactly what a Sith style show needs, this might actually be something new we never seen. Hopefully it doesn't turn out to be some type of redemption arc or something like that, like what they did with the Battlefront 2 game. You were expecting to play the Empire and ended up playing the New Republic / Rebellion, you know. They made the bad guys the good guys or whatever. So hopefully they go through with this and make it as brutal as possible, since Maul is obviously in a crime syndicate in the underworld, and I'm really liking the lightsaber action. Sure, it's quite shallow to say I like the action. It doesn't give any depth, but this is just a trailer, you know, and I'd actually love to see them go through with, you know, decapitation, cutting off limbs and stuff like that, because usually with the animation they just give you a slash, or they just cut the scene so you don't see the ultra violence. But regarding the Maul action, that really looks impressive, to be honest. I mean, the animation, of course, gives it the edge because it looks fabulous, to be honest. I'm quite actually excited to be happy about something and not disappointed as soon as I see a trailer, like with the Mandalorian and Grogu. Like, who gives a crap about that stuff? Like, I wouldn't care even about this, but hopefully, it is headcanon worthy in some way. I'd love to see that. As long as there is no political crap in it, and it's just story driven, and hopefully, since we know what Dave Filoni always does, hopefully there are no retcons. But anyway, let's go frame by frame through the trailer and see what we have here. Okay, I'm guessing this is a shot of Coruscant or something like that, or the underworld. I'm also guessing we're gonna see level 1313, which we never got to see in the game. At the very beginning, Maul has these strange lines. It feels like it was spliced together, or as if it was AI for some reason. Specifically, these ones. Give me a sec.
I will show you the galaxy for what it truly is.
Very weird sentence, the way it was said. I don't know what that's supposed to be. It feels like it was spliced together in some way. But anyway, okay, we have a new class shuttle, so I guess this is the beginning of the Imperial era, of the Dark Times era. Maybe like 18 BBY, I guess, 17 BBY, while they're still using TK troopers, as you can see there. So we have a time frame now. It's a few years after Revenge of the Sith, like the beginning of the reign of the Empire, and Maul is, I guess, trying to build a crime syndicate. Okay, we have the Pikes here. By the way, if you guys are hearing some snoring, that's my dojo. He's sleeping right behind me, and I'm gonna be having him on every time, so in case you can hear the snoring. Okay, here we have some TK troopers, so it's the beginning of the Imperial era. This here is I guess a Jedi Padawan and a Jedi Master in hiding or something like that. Yep, that's her probably. Jedi Purge, they're being hunted, from what I can tell. TK troopers in the LAAT Republic gunship. Nice. Oh, gunship is my favorite vehicle of them all. As you can see, I have two of them up there. And in my main room, I have a lot of LEGO gunships and a lot of variants. Love the LAATs. Always nice to see them, especially in the Imperial era. Okay, this is, I guess, Maul's new lightsaber. I think it really reminds me of Ventress's newer one after she became a bounty hunter. No, the yellow one from Dark Disciple. That's what it looks like. Okay, so they're technically hunting Maul, the Empire's hunting Maul, as the Inquisitors mentioned. The Emperor wants him gone, since Sidious failed in that task, obviously. And then, of course, we have this main scene. This looked epic. Let's just watch it one more time. Yeah, that was quite badass, honestly. Yeah, they gotta mention the Clone Wars because, you know, Clone Wars outdid all of it. And but basically most of modern Star Wars is riding on the original prequel trilogy and the Clone Wars, basically. Not even the EU that much, since they're retconning it to hell and cherry picking what they like, but yeah, it's always the Clone Wars. They always go back to that. This looks like the female Mandalorian from Clone Wars Season 7, the one that was next to Gar Saxon, I can't remember her name. A Rook or something like that. Not really sure, but that looks like her, definitely. Oh, by the way, I remember this walker. This was seen in the Bad Batch Season 2, or at the end of Season 2. It was a AT type design for the Bad Batch, probably like a predecessor to the AT-ST, although seen, you know, at the beginning of the Dark Times era when the Empire, you know, started its reign. Yeah, that's it. I can't really remember its name. Got some more action. Looks good as always, you know. This scene was awesome. When he force pushed a tank or car, whatever it was. More action, some other Zabrak. Oh, by the way, give me a sec. This here is the Inquisitor that Ahsoka kills, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, that's the one. Although that storyline in Tales of the Jedi was already retconned as it is from the Ahsoka novel, if I remember correctly. But okay, so we're seeing him again, and then we have Marok from the Ahsoka series fighting against Maul. And since in the Disney canon, I hate to say it, but in the Disney canon, Marok is technically dead in the Ahsoka series, so he might as well be killed in this series. It's very possible, since he's not supposed to be alive. You know, but it's cool to see him. I actually really enjoy the design of him, and it's always nice to just have more Inquisitors. Why not just add them to the headcanon? You know, I'm really hoping that this series is headcanon worthy with the other good stuff. Like, it can be a bad thing. So yeah, Marok looks great, honestly. The duel's probably gonna be quite epic. Maul's gonna crush him, definitely. And I honestly have no clue what the Jedi are gonna be doing here, what their role in all of this is. Yeah, I got some action, and this last scene looked awesome. Like, I'm really hoping that the TK troopers are cut in half or something. That would be so badass. Very cool. Okay, so they cut the shot here. This is probably not Marok being killed here at the end. It's not the same shot, as you can see. Look. Yeah, I think it's someone else, probably. Look at the background. Yeah. I think this has quite a bit of potential, and I'm happy to say that I'm quite looking forward to seeing it at this point. So I'm not saying that this is going to be great or anything, because it could very well be a flop as the other stuff was, with the animation and the oversaturation of Dave Filoni characters, but you know, I'm actually feeling kind of optimistic. The trailer so far gives me the vibes of the cancelled Darth Maul game, you know, although they were going to feature Darth Talon there, and if I'm not mistaken, the cancelled Darth Maul game would be based in the Legacy era, where you're playing a clone of Darth Maul, which means that the original Darth Maul is long dead, since this is like 100 years after the Battle of Yavin in the Darth Krayt era, you know, where I don't know what happens, but, you know, it sounds quite fascinating. I wish we got that storyline, but too bad, you know. But it really gives me those vibes here, so I don't know, I'm cautiously optimistic at this point. Not something I can say often. I could say it for Andor and I wasn't disappointed, but regarding all the other stuff that came out in the past 5 years, it was quite crap, you know. So, we'll see what happens. I'm quite optimistic, which is good news for me, because I don't feel that stuff often at all.
Put a chicken in it and make her name it gay!
And with all of that said, thank you guys for watching. Please let me know if you enjoyed it so that I can make more. May the Force be with you always, you rebel scum, and Christ is King.